Yo guys, what's going on today? It is ColePlays here. Today we're going to be trying out some fishing in the roads. We are a tier 6 fisherman, so we're going to grab a T6 set. It's going to cost us right around 100k. We do want to get the best fishing rod we can here. Excellent is 25k. Outstanding is 12. What's the difference here? We got 59% versus 62. Okay, we'll just grab outstanding. It's going to be a little bit cheaper. And we could literally lose 2 fishing rods for the price of 1 there. I think it's a little bit better just to grab the outstanding. Okay. Now, in terms of quality on this, I don't think it matters too much, but we will grab excellent here just because it's pretty cheap. And this is, like I said, 100k, so that is a thing. We're going to grab block on that one. I don't know if block's the best one to use. We're going to experience how this goes, because I have a feeling we're just going to get ganked super hard. But hopefully we make it out. Okay, this actually affects your fishing speed. I think we just want Invis though. I think Invis is just too powerful. And then we want the boots as well. And we'll just grab those in outstanding, that's fine. Alright, and dash towards the target position, knocking back all enemies you pass. That sounds interesting. I kind of want to mess with that really quick and see what that does. Do we want the fishing bag is really the question. It's 40k. I don't think we do. I think we'll just take a regular cape. Just a tier 4-1 cape. Alright, and we'll get an excellent. That's fine. And that's not really going to make a big difference here. I'm going to say we probably want a double-bladed staff for out here. That's probably going to be our best bet. 15k, that's probably fine. That's still probably cheaper than a bloodletter and a mist collar. I don't even have the spec for this. I didn't even think about that. Because we want cartwheel to be able to escape with this. That's alright. I'm going to go ahead and keep it. Oh, you know what? We actually have tomes. That's fine. I'll just use some tomes. That's not a big deal. Okay. But I do think this is probably our best getaway option anyways. I'm going to look to see what I actually already have. Like, we have this tier 5 bag. We're already at 100k, though. I'm going to bring a couple of resist pots, probably just 2. I don't think I would need more than that. Now, we could bring Gigantify pots instead. But just because we have the resistance, I'm just going to bring those. I think that's fine. We could bring the Sterling. That is also an option. But once again, I don't want to spend too much, and I don't want to be too much of a target. Now, I am actually going to bring a 4-1 set to swap into, just in case there is somebody that's messing with us or something like that, and so we can get in and out, not looking like we're risking a bunch. So we're going to bring, like, a Guardian Helm. What else do we have? We have this. What is that? 15? I don't really want to bring that. Do we have... Here we go. 4-1 Cleric. That's fine. And some soldier boots. Okay, perfect. So, this is what we're going to rock when we're actually running out there, so they don't know that we're carrying 100k worth of, gather gear, as that is the preference. So if they don't know, we're less likely to be messed with, and then we just put the tier 6 gather gear on once we're out there and let it charge up. So we'll bring pork pie with us, and we're going to bring an omelet. The reason we're bringing an omelet is so that we'll have lower cooldowns on these, which, like I said, I am going to have to go ahead and use the tomes. So let's do that really quick. Now, I don't know how many this will take, but I have plenty here, so I'm not really worried. Let's just use this one first. Oh, and I did it right there. Now, I believe it's stun run. So what does this do? This gives us move speed for 30 for 4 seconds. There might be a better W, but that's the one we're going to use. I think this will be just fine, at least for now, to at least keep us alive. Okay, I'm going to bring the tier 5 bag, I think, as we're going to need a lot of bag space, and the tier 4 horse. Okay. So, in total, we will be risking right at 200k. My question is, should I bring the other tools or not? As it could be worth it. But that is going to add another 100k. I'm going to say no. But the one thing I am missing, actually, I don't know if I already have one. I might have one started here. We do not. Okay, we're gonna buy a tier 7 fisherman journal, I think it is. And the reason we do 7s, I think, is just because it's the most profit. I'm just gonna buy one, as it is 15k. I don't really want to risk multiple. But if you guys look really quick, if we look at the full one of that, where's it at? Right here. It's 120k. So you're making 100k profit on that one, and it's quicker to fill up than the tier 8. See, these are 30k, and they only sell for 160. So you're only making an extra 30k per journal, but it's taking that much longer. And when you're out here in these dangerous zones, it taking longer is a really bad thing. So I'd do the tier 7s, and I do think that is better. So you do what you want, though. That's completely your call. Okay, so we are running from Fort Sterling. I don't know where we're going to get to. I am going to run in from a black zone because I want to be able to catch tier 7 fish. Alright, we found a road. We're going to hop in here. Now, hopefully it's going to be safe. If we can find a good spot. Now, this is only one spot out. Like, we're not even very far out at all. So this is risky here. But we're going to try to get a little bit deeper here. And I am going to try to stick to just greens if I can, as I do think that's the safest method here. I don't even know if I necessarily want to run towards that chest, as running towards that chest could be bad, but this only has two spots. There's definitely people here somewhere. Do I even want to look down this way is the question. Realistically, I can't solo a boss with this, so I don't think we even want to go near the chest. At least if I'm staying on the road, I can just run deeper into the road and just hope for the best, really. Now, most people aren't going to actually probably care about us, because we're only risking 70k that they know of for sure. So, and most people don't really want to, waste the time on just 70k, because, invis pots are, what, 10 to 13, depending on where you're at, and it actually adds up a lot, so. Some people will kill you for anything, though. They just assume you have something, Which is probably good practice. There is a fishing pond right up here, I think. So maybe we'll stop and fish a little bit. Although I do think we would be safest if we can get to a little bit of a deeper road here. Like I said, we did just portal. Ooh, that is a spot, though. We'll drop down. We'll go ahead and toss our fishing gear on here. Actually, nah, we're going to go deeper. I don't think this is a deep enough zone to even catch the tier 7s, because so far I've only seen pretty low ones. We will go ahead and catch this one, though, as the low pools have a better chance to be eels. So we'll get that. Yeah. So we'll get this. Now we should be using our pork pie in our set, but since I'm still a little bit sketched out about this zone, we're not going to switch quite yet. Oh, we did just get a level. Now, I don't know if I still have it on auto learning or not. We did not get anything too crazy, just some tier 3 fish. So yeah, let's get a little bit deeper if we can. Really what we need, I think, is a tier 7 or tier 8 zone to actually catch the fish that we're looking for. But I don't know for sure. Honestly, I don't know how the mechanics of fishing in the roads works. Or even the tier system in roads, to be honest with you. Because I'll be surprised a lot by the tier of stuff in this zone. So I don't even know. Okay. We're going to head in this green portal and hopefully find somewhere to fish. Okay, so there's one blue portal here, and that will go deeper. The good news is that it's full, so the zone might actually be empty. So this is where we're going to stay. We're not even going to look at the chest. Okay, there's tier 6 stuff here. That's a good sign. But we didn't bring any other tools, so we're just looking for a spot that we can fish at, which looks like maybe there and there. That does seem to be where the water's at, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, we'll run up this way then. It does look like there's a lot of water behind the green chests, but obviously that's a risky spot to go to also. Now, if I do see somebody out here, maybe we try to fight, but I don't know. I don't think we're going to have any kill potential with this build. I wonder if we can fish over here. There's water, but I know this is too shallow. I don't think so. It would be kind of risky anyways, so probably not the best. Let's go through this way. I believe these spots right here are water that we can fish in. I'm not sure, though. I am kind of wishing we brought other tools, but it's so easy to fill up in the roads that it might not matter. Okay. Should be some water right here for us. Okay, perfect. I don't know if we can fish that. Can we fish that? We should be able to. Let's try. Dang, I didn't know that mob was going to mess with us, actually. I don't want to have to kill him. Oh, I don't even have Assassin Jacket. I actually thought we were running Assassin Jacket. Let me back off, then. Okay. I would like to not have to worry about that. Can I off him without aggroing him? Okay, there we go. So we'll sit here, and that way... Wait a minute, I hear somebody killing. Oh, never mind. Okay. Let's go and swap to our set. I think we are fine here. I don't know how long we'll be able to sit in this spot and still get, like, good stuff. Because fishing seems to be a little weird in this game. But let's go and eat our pork pie. We'll put the omelet back on just in case. I did not bring bait, which is probably a big mistake. But oh well. It's too late now. Alright. Oh, I thought that was something else. Alright, so, oh, I'm already recording. Something to note is that portal right there, somebody did come through that. So that portal doesn't have any charges left. So that is something to think about. Very well could be some other people in here somewhere. So we do need to be kind of safe here. Oh, I'm actually too low tier, so this actually can give us tier 8 fish then. That's crazy. I'm pretty sure I can catch eels. Yeah, I've definitely caught eels before, even though they are technically tier 7. So we're in actually a really good zone. Unfortunately, we can't catch the highest fish here. Oh, this is a good one, I think. Ooh, nice catfish. This is actually a really cool spot to fish because it's like a waterfall. I like that. It looks pretty nice. Oh, I thought I saw somebody coming. Never mind. Now, this is a good spot because we have the rock guy on one side. And on the other side here, we got the guy that'll throw this stuff to make them slower. So either way, if they're coming at us, as long as they don't see us before we see them, and invis on us, which, you know, can happen, we should be fine, actually. Like, we should have plenty of time to mount and then throw on our other gear, hopefully. And then, you know, GTFO. Unless there's a gang squad coming from both sides, which is possible. Especially in the roads, because the roads is probably the most dangerous spot, but also can be the safest. Just because it's the least trafficked, but when you run into people, you're probably getting ganked. So, you know, it is what it is. You just got to get better at running and better at taking losses, you know, as they come. Because it's going to happen. You're going to lose money. But, oh, look at that. That's pretty nice. 10k in fish. Maybe a little bit more in sterling because they're not sterling fish. But we'll see. I do think we're in a pretty good spot, honestly. My only concern is that there's more people in here. But they really don't have a reason to come this way. Honestly, it's kind of the weirdest road in this place. I don't really see a reason, unless they're trying to run from other people, to really come over here. So, hopefully we won't be bothered. Hopefully we'll just make a bunch of money in fish. We'll probably leave... I don't really know, because we're going to have to spend probably, 30 to 100K in journeying back. I don't really know what we want to do. We may try to just run straight back out. Don't know how well that'll go, though. So we'll just have to see. Okay, we're not really catching anything. We're going to move to this next one, because I do think after a while you'll only catch logs. So we'll just move right over here. I just want to peek down here to see if there's any kind of mobs that we should expect to hear or not. Okay, so if we hear a rock monster, we need to worry. Good to know. Okay, I'd like to be on the south side because you typically have the advantage if you're on the south, so we'll sit right here. Now there's a nice little pack of fish here too. Oh no, I can't fish them? That means this is a tier 8 freaking pack of fish. At least one of them was. That's sad. I don't know how much the T8 fish is, but I assume it's worth a good bit. In general, fishing seems to be kind of the most profitable. Per node or per like resource, it's the most expensive out of all gathering. For most tiers anyways. Ooh, this is a good fight here. This might actually be a good fish. Now, if we catch some eels, we're probably going to head out. Just because they are worth a lot. Okay, just catfish. Still good money, but not quite eel money. Oh, another tier 2 low, wow. Now, I don't know how far we are away from our next tier. Probably still a while. Alright, probably tier 6. Nope. Oh, tier 3. At least it's a special fish. The special fish should sell for a decent amount. I'm kind of surprised we haven't gotten any kind of eels. We're only getting snapper. I don't think that the biome of the road is affected. I think you can get anything inside of these, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong, though. Oh, another catfish. Now you should, Now you'll notice that I get more than one catfish, or more than one fish, typically. Oh, I casted too far. I'll typically get more than one fish, and that's because the pork pie, and then the gathering bonus from this as well. So you do want to get that. Dang, we are not even high enough to catch half this fish. So if you do have T7 or T8, you're going to make a lot more money. Now, I don't know if it's going to be worth it for you to actually bring out the T7, T8 gather gear. That's kind of up to your own discretion, but I mean, I guess if you get an eel with T8 gather gear on, you probably make some good money, so I guess it is what it is. But gosh, I bet dying with T8 would suck, so you gotta do what you gotta do for your budget. So currently we are 12 minutes in. And we've got, what, about 100K actually? Yeah, about 100K. Not bad. If we can make 300K in this trip, I would actually be pretty impressed, honestly. That's not bad for fishing. Shoot, I'll come out here and fish more often if we can make that kind of money out here, honestly. Oh, we're getting logs. We'll go ahead and move. Do I hear somebody? Hopefully not. Oh, is there 2 road? I didn't even notice that. Both of these lead over there too? That's weird. Alright, let's actually run on this side and run down to this way. Because then we'll have more time to you know, mess with if it's from this side. Okay, and this actually gives us a better view anyways of the actual, like, where we're fishing. I did just hear a horse. I don't know if that was mine. I would assume it is, but I don't know. Oh, this is a hard fish to catch. Hopefully this is an eel. Ah, just a zander. Sometimes the regular fish seem like they're going to be really good. So far we have basically 1/3 of this filled. So we should actually fill this journal, which will be our goal. If we don't catch an eel, we'll stay till we fill the journal. Oh, another catfish. Actually, 2 of them. Oh, dang, I want to cast down there. I'm really wishing I had some bait. Let's recast that over here. So we already have 50k just in our tier 7 and tier 6 fish. Oh, and another learning point. Now let me check. I have 258 learning points. We're at 38. We need to get to 60. I actually don't want to use learning points right now, so we're not going to mess with it. So we'll just kind of grind it the slow way. As I need my learning points for other skills at the moment, unfortunately. I would like to power level fishing, but, you know, honestly we make so much profit fishing that I think it's probably more worthwhile to just kind of grind it for now. Now this might actually be a good fish here. Typically when they put up a good fight, it's usually a good fish. Oh, 2 more catfish. This ain't bad. Honestly, I would say we've had pretty regular luck so far. I would say really we'd only maybe suspect to get, you know, maybe 1 catch of a special 7 during this trip. And we just hope that, you know, special 7 is an eel because it's worth, you know, way more. I'm thinking this is logs. Maybe not. I don't think logs fight back at all. Probably another tier 6 sander. Yep. And you can actually get, like, used to them and actually kind of figure out what you're going to catch. So that's kind of cool. Oh, and we're getting logs. We'll grab this one right here. Now, I don't know if it would be better to actually, like, run around. Aw, dang, really? Maybe if I try again, it'll let me have it. Oh, I'm having connection problems. That's great. We are pinging 400. That's what we want to see. Okay. Hopefully this is an eel. Although it's not putting up enough of a fight to be an eel, I don't think. Ah, just another Xander. Well, it all adds up. And the green portal just reopened. Now I do need to keep an eye on the portals and actually try to pay attention to see if people are coming in or out of them. Like there's 5 of 7 here. I think that was full when we got here, so we may want to try and stay safe over here. I don't think I'm going to really move anywhere else. I think these 2 spots are kind of where we'll just flop back and forth, as I do think they're the safest spots on this road. Oh, man. All this tier 8 that we're missing, man. I'm telling you, if you're tier 7 or tier 8, come out here and fish. Oh, 2 more catfish. All I'm saying is I think these are better than solo dungeons. I mean, that's 1 dungeon there, that's another dungeon there, another dungeon there, and another, 2 blue chests there. Let's be real. So, if you need like a stable source of income, fishing is a great option. You don't have to fish in roads. You can fish in red zone, black zone, even yellow zone. I think you can make pretty good money with tier 6 plus. So give it a go. Level it up a little bit. It's pretty fast, especially if you use learning points. So give it a go. Make some easy money. And there's lots of things you can do with your fish, whether you use them yourself, whether you sell them. You can turn them into fish sauce, at least the ones that aren't like worth a ton, or you can make your own food. So whatever you really want to do with them. Oh, we're getting logs again. Let's maybe move back to this other spot, maybe. Actually, I really like how far away we are from everybody else. So let's just see if we can cast from here. Okay. Now, this might not be the best spot if gankers come, as they'll have the south advantage, and that's typically not good. But we're so far up here that I don't think they'll be able to get an easy ID off on us. Unless they're running on the road right behind us, but there's really no reason for them to do so. Unless they're looking for people to gank like me, so. This fish is actually fighting back a good bit. This could very well be a good fish. Maybe just another catfish, but I'm hoping this will be something better. Ooh, there we go, some snapper. There we go, nice. Now we have yet to catch any eels, so I'm starting to wonder if we can actually catch them, or if we're in the like wrong zone of the roads, or what. Because so far we're just catching the snapper. Ooh, 3 Xander, that's a pretty good catch. Some more tier 3 snapper. Oh, another tier 8 that we can't get. Cast right back in there because there's probably some T7 eels right below it. And we are currently about halfway through with our book. We may need to use a little bit more than 1 pork pie, unfortunately. If we had bait, I think we would have gotten it done in just 1, so that is something to think about, but that is extra risk, and that is extra stuff that you're going to have to spend, so. But I do think at least tier 3, dang it. I do think at least tier 3 is fine. Ooh. I think somebody's near us. How much is our return? 36k. Oof. So unless we run out, I don't think we are safe to leave. I don't hear combat though. Let me just peek. I think we're okay actually. Okay, oh nice, there's another pond here. Let's go for this. I don't actually like this, it blocks my view, so I'll actually move here in just a second. Alright, we're gonna run on the other side of this. Oh, there was only one fish in there. That's pretty lame. More snapper. I'm really thinking that we can only catch snapper here, which is kind of concerning, to be honest, because I don't think the tier 7 is worth much. I'm gonna have to look it up after this to try to verify. Now, it may be affected by maybe the zone we entered from or something like that, but I doubt it. And I don't think there's different biomes necessarily in the roads that I can think of. But maybe there's certain spots that the eels spawn in, and maybe there's certain spots where snappers spawn and things like that that I just don't know about yet. So, I do think that's just something we're going to have to learn. Okay. We've got 3 minutes left on our pie. I suppose we can stay over here. I don't know if it's going to keep giving me fish, because so far we're not having great luck. It's kind of just giving me logs currently. But I'm hoping if I just keep moving around weird spots, it'll give me stuff. There, all we're getting is logs. 3, 5. Let's try one more time here. Oh, sorry about that. Oh my gosh, I hate when I do that. This is the one thing I don't like about fishing. It's way too easy to, like, screw up where you're doing it. Yeah, I think next time we're definitely going to bring bait. Okay, all we're getting is logs. We'll head back over to this one. Now, actually, I think this spot right here could be really, really good, actually. Let's go over there real quick. It looks like a bigger pond for us also. Now, there might be gankers on the way, so let's actually swap our set. Just in case, and that way we're less of a target to them. And we can also have a little bit more capability of actually fighting back if we don't have a choice. But that spot looks even more off the path other than the fact that it's near green chests. Now because it is near these chests, it is going to be more highly trafficked by people. So it is a risk I'm taking. But really nobody has a reason to come over this way unless they're looking for fishermen and actually know, you know, what they do and whatnot. Okay. There's some tier 6 mobs here. That is a good sign. Oh, that's actually really good. So we have tier 8 that's going to guard us. And I want to peek through the other side to see what we have on that side, because we want to know basically what's around us entirely before we even get started. This is a much better spot. I would say look for a pond rather than the waterfalls. Now, I don't see any mobs on this side. Okay, we got a rock monster. That's good. So we'll hear a rock monster, or stone monster rather, if stuff happens. Okay, so real quick, we went through the first 30 minutes. We got roughly half a book filled, 30k catfish, 47 in Xander, 23 in Snapper tier 5, 35k in Snapper tier 3. So go ahead and add that up if you want. We're going to do another half hour right here, assuming we actually survive this, which is a big if because we are on the road. So, oh, I'm actually hearing stuff. A little bit scary, not going to lie. Okay. Before I actually fish these ones, I kind of want to let my stacks build up, and I want to kind of figure out where we want to actually fish. So I'm thinking we're going to want to stay south and mid as much as we can when we're not fishing the actual ponds and whatnot. So we'll start here, let our stacks build up. Oh, no, that's not a good start. But we'll go ahead and let our stacks build up here. Okay, this is going to be an eel. Or a T7 special. This is a really hard catch here. There's no way it's not something. Come on. This is ridiculous. Come on, it's almost there. Oh. Ooh, okay, so we are stuck with only snappers, so that's actually a big F. I'm not even going to lie. That's so sad because it's only 27k. If that would have been a snapper, that would have been 100k. So it's not great, but I'll take it. I don't know why we're only getting snapper here. We are at 7 stacks, and we only got 1 too, which is also a big F, but oh well. At least we caught a special fish in the second half hour, so basically have at least a little bit of loot from the whole hour if we survive, so that is at least nice. And once we get 10 stacks, we'll go ahead and hit all these ponds, and then hopefully we'll get some eels. I don't think we can actually get eels at this point, because I think I would have gotten some tier 3 or tier 5 by now. Oh, I might actually be too close to that pond. I'm going to probably catch that one. That's alright, though. We do already have 8 stacks. Oh, nope, we didn't get it. Okay, good. Oh yeah, I need to put my omelet back on, just in case. Hopefully we won't be ganked, but you never really know. Okay, we are already catching logs. Not a great sign. But we don't have bait, so I don't expect to always catch the best stuff either. I don't know if that actually affects your catch stuff. I think it's just your catch speed. Alright, more catfish. Okay, we are now 10 out of 10. We're going to hit the small ones first, as they do have the better chance for actually giving us the best stuff. And then we'll hit all the bigger ones. I think we actually missed that. Oh well. Okay. Now I do think if it goes like limp, like you do that and it doesn't actually fight back, I think that's usually a log. Ooh, a Xander. I'll take that. It is actually hard to get this one. Come on. There we go. Ah, too low. Come on. Give me a T7 special node, please. It's too easy of a fight, I think. I'm gonna say probably T6 Xander, question mark? I think we're actually in a tier 8 zone. Which I guess it makes sense if we're getting tier 8 fish. Which we're not actually catching them, but you know what I mean. Okay. It was a Xander, I was correct about that. Got a big pool there. I think we just have one more small pool. Alright, we'll grab this one. Give me an eel. I'm really thinking we can't get eels, though. Which is rather disappointing. I'm going to have to figure that out. Because really, eels are what we want to be catching, not snapper. Okay. Now we just got these little ponds here, or big ponds, rather. Go ahead and hit these ones, and these should give us a decent amount of, like, probably tier 6, tier 7. Yep, and some more tier 7. Not bad. We're making some good money on it, to be honest. This might be a new money-making method for me. Some tier 3 snappers. Special fish are usually pretty nice regardless. Ooh, T5 special fish. That's nice. Give me a T7 next. That's all we need is some T7. I don't even care if it isn't the eels. If we get a bunch of T7 of this, yeah, it's still some money. No, more snapper. Yeah, we definitely can't get eels. I'm dead convinced that at this point. We need to actually go to the other pool, but I'll catch one fish here. And we are 5,000, so let's, we'll just finish this book. I don't know if we're going to finish both pies, for sure. It really depends on what else we catch, but we'll probably just finish the book, because the books are worth, what was it, 120k or something like that, so definitely worth to just get out at that point. So every trip that you actually make it back, as long as you fill one book, you are making pretty much your entire set back. So that's where it kind of gets pretty good with this method. So as long as you don't die, you know, every single trip, you should be making some good profit. But don't be surprised if you get ganked the first time. Honestly, your first few times on the roads or first few times out in any dangerous zone are a learning experience. Take it that way. Go with your, you know, pretty good budget set, you know, probably 50 to maybe 200k to start out, depending on how much money you actually have. A good rule of thumb is like maybe 1/10 of your entire bank at least. Really even maybe like something you could buy 20 times is probably a better set. So some more Xander. Okay, it looks like we got all of the pools of fish at this point. Now, if I really wanted to risk it, I could go back here and check this spot and that spot. But with it being that close to those chests and me only having a 4.1 gear set to defend myself that I don't even have spec in, I'm not really bothered. I'm not going to do that. I don't have bad spec in this stuff, but it's not good enough to want to actually, go pick fights with people that probably have at least flat 6, because people really don't roam around in the roads with less than that, to be honest. Okay, this is actually a good catch. This might be another tier 7 snapper. Now, it's times like this that make me think that maybe having an excellent one might be worth it. Okay, that is a tier 7 snapper, and we did get 2 this time. So we're up to a lot more money now, which is definitely good news. We only need to get about 1,000 more fish fame, and we'll be done with the book. Oh, we missed another fish. I really don't like that it does that. Oh my gosh. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Oh my gosh. Ooh, we are nearly finished with our book. Now, I'm hoping that our journey back isn't going to be so expensive that I'm not going to be able to do it, as I really don't want to have to run out. And we don't actually have like an easy way to just get out to a regular land from here, so I don't know. Now, if we're going to lose literally all of our profit, I guess we will just try it, because otherwise, really, it's not worth even coming out here other than fame. Now, we do have a pool spawn just right here, so I guess we'll go ahead and grab that after this cast. More catfish. Okay. Let's just cast from like right here. Okay. Okay. Our journal is now filled, 112k. Looks like we have 500k in our actual inventory. What is our journey back? 37k. Okay, we're gonna bite the bullet. So, in, what is that? 10 minutes minus. So let's just count those 10 minutes as our basically time it took to get here, because I think that's actually pretty accurate, because we're not super deep. We're just in a pretty decent road that I don't think a lot of people are gonna mess with us, and in a good spot. So we made it a whole trip. I am actually impressed. Now, we did lose like 40k on that coming back, so basically you could cut out like these tier 3 or tier 5 snappers, just pretend we don't have those, and everything else will be profit. So I am going to just throw everything else in here, and we'll see what the price checker is for what we gathered. So 466k minus, we'll just throw these in here for a second, because like I said, that's the journey back. And then, 15k for this isn't actually profit. So like 400k profit in less than an hour, basically an hour if you count the time to get out there. So not bad. 400k really isn't horrible. Now, if these would have been eels, this would have been way more money. Way more money. I don't know what we did wrong, why we're only getting snappers. But these are only worth 26 apiece, so we would have made 300k in eels versus not even making 100k in snapper. So yeah, quite a big difference there. Okay, we're going to slow sell those just because I don't really want to fast sell. Same with the rest of the fish too. And I do keep the tier 6 myself and actually slaughter those. We will sell these snapper though. That's actually pretty good money for a tier 3 snapper. Yeah, that's not bad. Let's actually instant sell those because that's a pretty good price. Alright, and then we'll slow sell this. 1 silver lower at 120k. And I'll keep the seaweed myself for making seaweed, or for making fish sauce at some point. Cool. Well, that's the first episode of this. I don't know if we're going to do multiple episodes of this. This was more so to kind of see what we can make off of one pork pie, or not one pork pie, 2 pork pies and basically 1 full journal or an hour of fishing essentially in the roads. So right at about 500k if we just sold everything to the vendor, or 400k, I guess we'll say 400k, which is pretty good. That means every time I made it back, and it would be like 6 to 700k if they would have been eels, which we'll figure out probably in the next episode or whatever, where we can actually catch the eels and why we weren't catching any. But you basically pay off your whole set twice, 2 to 3 times, just in one trip. So I do think there is some legitimacy to doing this. Now, if you're on peak times or the weekend, which by the way, it is the weekend, and it is 2:40 right now server time, so it's not quite peak time, but it is the weekend, so there's 370 in sterling, so it's not like this isn't a busy time. I would say I got semi-lucky to be out there in the roads for a whole hour and not really have any encounter. Like, I literally saw nobody. So I'd say we were pretty lucky in that regard, but I think it is what it is. Anyways, guys, hope you guys did enjoy. This is how you make money with T6 fishing, or at least one way to do it. You can also go BZ, you can go Red Zone, pretty much go wherever you want. I do think roads is probably one of the good options if you do it right. But hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and stay tuned, guys. Peace out.